Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 3 of our Scrum Challenge. I've been enjoying the journey so far. A special thanks to Dado for being with us, as well as our online viewers for your active participation. Dado, do you feel we are making gradual progress on Scrum? Is it not too much for you?
No, not at all.
Hmm.
I'm used to reading and learning, so I have to say that I feel kind of empowered here.
That's fantastic to hear. So, are you ready for another insightful day?
Yeah,
And
definitely.
everyone, yes, yes. Okay, now let's dive in. Let's take a quick go over what we learned in the fun and simple way. Okay,
Okay.
so on day one, we talked about the cool values of Agile, things like focusing on people, working solutions, teamwork, being flexible. We played a game called Scrum Poker, which is like estimating with a twist. We also explored why Scrum is not just a process, but a whole new way of thinking that could make our work lives better. Moving on to the day two, we met the product owner who's like a superhero of prioritization tasks and keeping everyone on track. Then we hung out with the Scrum Master, who was the team's go-to problem solver. And then developers, there's like a creative bunch making everything happen. So we even imagine you, Dado, as a Scrum Master on your first day, facing some challenges and trying to make things better. So as we step into day three, let's remember why we are here and what we learned, and get ready for the grand final. It's going to be awesome. And did we cover a lot? So what do you think?
Yeah, we covered a lot, but the funny thing is that I don't feel really overwhelmed, with all this.
Yeah, well, this is because we are going slowly towards our goal and with a clear vision. Just like in Scrum, we are using sprint goals and product vision. I've got to say, every day in challenge has been a great day, but the day three holds a special place in my heart. It's my favorite. Why, you ask? Because today we're not just learning about Scrum, we are putting it in action for your business success. So buckle up, stay with us, mute those notifications, and get ready to take some insightful notes. Okay? Now,
Okay.
before we dive into the rich learnings, let me share a little story. A couple of years ago, over a cup of coffee, a colleague asked me why I'm so passionate about Scrum. Okay? So the question triggered a reflection on the countless advantages the Scrum brings. It fosters an environment where team spirit flourishes, where you are working remotely or on site. It's a framework that keeps the creative juices flowing with a continuous stream of new ideas, guiding us on how to improve and build various products. Scrum, in essence, is a more fun than any other project management process I've encountered. But what fuels my passion is its focusing on people, communication, and the tangible results, which is the working product. It's about eliminating those annoying inefficiencies that hinder success. Let's talk about traditional project management books. It can be overwhelming, expensive, and feel like someone threw in everything but the kitchen sink. Complexity can be paralyzing. I want to call it complexity is the enemy of execution. In contrast, Scrum values simplicity. The Scrum Guide, your go-to Bible, is not only free but a concise 14 pages. It's a breath of a fresh air. Beacon of clarity is often convoluted world of project management. And here's the nudge of wisdom. If you are wondering how to break into the tech industry without a technology background, look no further than starting with Scrum. It's your gateway to a more effective, collaborative, and rewarding way of working. To apply Scrum effectively, we require three key elements: framework where everything unfolds, known as a Scrum events; proper mindset, as having the structure along one to lead to success; and the right strategy for implementation. We'll delve into all these aspects on day 3 of the challenge. So what do you think about this plan?
An excellent plan there.
Okay, now understanding these Scrum events is like having a roadmap for your journey through each sprint. It's keep us on track and help us make the most out of our collaborative effort where we synchronize, showcase, and reflect.
Okay. Okay, I understand.
Now, let's take a closer look at sprint planning. It's the first official Scrum event. It's like our Scrum launchpad, where we decide what exciting tasks to take on during this. Think of it as preparing for a thrilling mission in the world of development. In the world of Scrum events, each member Scrum team has a unique role to play. So for instance, product owner, often referred to as a mastermind, holds some key responsibilities during sprint planning. For example, first, they need to come to the meeting armed with a clear vision and goals for the product, derived from stakeholders' feedback and lessons learned from the past sprints. Before the sprint planning kicks off, the product owner ensures the product backlog is polished and prioritized based on the stakeholders' vision and the highest business value. They propose the future sprint backlog, lined up tasks or user stories the team will tackle during the sprint. Throughout the meeting, the product owner clarifies expectations and assists the team in understanding the priorities. Collaborating with the Scrum Master and developers, the product owner crafts the plan for the sprint. They must also grasp and convey the expectations of all stakeholders, ensuring that the user stories created carry high business value and contribute significantly to the project's success. These dynamics interactions during the sprint planning set the stage for successful and focused sprint. It's a teamwork at its best, and each of the Scrum roles comes with its own set of responsibilities during the sprint planning meeting, each serving a distinct purpose. And now, do you remember from the Scrum guide, what is the second Scrum event?
The second Scrum event, yeah. So, and then we have the daily Scrum. Daily Scrum, our daily powwow. It's where it's where we sync up, where we share updates and strategize for the next leg of our sprint journey. So quick, focused, and energizing.
Yes, I like this powwow especially. It's very funny. Yes, the daily Scrum is a short, time-boxed meeting, typically 15 minutes, for the developers to synchronize their work and plan for the next 24 hours. So during this meeting, team members discuss what they accomplished the previous day and what they will work on today, and identify any impediments to their progress. The goals is to optimize team collaboration and performance by inspecting the work since the last daily Scrum and adapting the sprint backlog as necessary. It's a key part of the Scrum framework to ensure that the team is on track to meet the sprint goals. Okay.
And what if something big occurs as a roadblock? I'm talking about those short intervals of time intended for those daily Scrum meetings.
Yes. So yes. So the daily Scrum is designed to be a quick check-in. So if so this is not a place for a long discussion about the big roadblocks. Instead, team members briefly mention any significant impediments they are facing. They mention it, And the Scrum Master notes these roadblocks and works with the relevant team members after the daily Scrum to remove them or to plan a strategy to overcome them. Okay? Now, this keeps the meeting focused and ensure that issues are addressed promptly without taking up the time dedicated to coordinate day's work. Okay. Now, let's move on to the third Scrum event. Do you remember what it is?
Of course, I remember. I did my homework and I even have some notes. So the third event is the sprint review. It's like our grand showcase at the end of the sprint. We get to present what we built to the stakeholders and to discuss how it went. So it's all about the product and the process.
I like how you explain it. The sprint review is indeed a crucial event where the Scrum team showcases the work completed during the sprint. It is the informal meeting, not a status meeting, where the team demonstrates the increments to stakeholders, gets feedback, and collaborates on what to do next. It's a collaborative moment, ensuring that the stakeholders have a say in the product's development and allowing the team to adapt based on valuable insight. Transparency in this event is vital for aligning everyone's expectations and ensuring the product meets the desired outcomes.
And
okay?
Yes. It's a chance for continuous improvement, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So the sprint review isn't just about presenting the work. Well, it's also a platform for the team to reflect on what went well, what could be improved, and how they can enhance their process in the next sprint. Continuous improvement is the heart of Scrum, and the sprint review is one of the areas where it comes to life. Anything else would you like to know about sprint review?
No, that covers it for now. It sounds like a pivotal event for collaboration and improvement.
Yeah, you got it. Now let's explore the fourth Scrum event. Any guesses?
Yeah, the fourth one is the sprint retrospective.
Excellent. I can tell you've done your homework thoroughly. And what are your thoughts about this event, the sprint retrospective?
Yeah, so it's the final Scrum event. It's held just after each sprint, and after the sprint review meeting.
Excellent. Yes.
Yeah. This is some kind of an opportunity for the Scrum team to inspect itself and create a plan for improvements to be enacted during the next sprint. So the retrospective occurs only so after the sprint review and before the next sprint planning.
Yes. And the sprint retrospective is like our team's reflective huddle. It's where we review how things went during the sprint and figure out how to make our teamwork even better. The main difference between the sprint review and sprint retrospective is that the sprint review inspects products, like product increments to be more precise, while sprint retrospective inspect process and interactions between team members. Okay?
Yeah, and it sounds like a crucial moment for continuous improvement.
And it is. The sprint retrospective is a dedicated time for the Scrum team to inspect itself and to create a plan for improvements in the next sprint. So team members decide what went well, what could be improved, and any adjustments needed in their process. It's a constructive and forward-looking meeting that reinforces the Scrum principles of continuous improvement. And this event is crucial for building a culture of openness, trust, and adaptability within the team. Okay?
Yeah, and how should the Scrum team decide which improvement to implement first when faced with let's say multiple potential enhancements?
Yes. Okay, now, so when that happens, so when a team identifies several areas for improvement, number one thing to do is to prioritize. So the team should discuss and agree on the most critical issues that, if resolved, would have the most significant positive impact on their work. They should then focus their efforts on addressing this top priority during the next sprint. And this approach ensures that improvements are manageable and effective, leading to continuous and incremental progress.
Yeah, so it's not just about pointing out mistakes, if I get it right, but finding ways to get better.
And not only that, it's about fostering a culture where the team feels comfortable sharing insights, acknowledging successes, and collaboratively shaping a path for continuous growth. The sprint retrospective is where the Scrum team empowers itself to evolve and deliver even more value in the upcoming sprints. Okay?
Thank you. So yeah, I'm getting a clearer picture of how these events fit together.
That's the spirit, Dado. That's the spirit. So these events form the rhythm of Scrum, keeping the teams in sync, ensuring transparency, and providing opportunities for continuous improvement. Okay. Now let's continue with the mindset shift. So embracing Scrum isn't just about adopting a set of practices. It's a fundamental shift in the way we think and approach work. Let me break this down. So in traditional project management, mindset often revolves around predictability and control. Plans are meticulously crafted, and deviations are seen as deviations from the perfect plan. However, in the dynamic and unpredictable landscape of today's business world, this approach can be limiting. It is. Now, Agile and Scrum have introduced a mindset shift. Instead of fearing change, we welcome it. We talked about on the day one. The Agile mindset values responding to change over following a plan. It acknowledges that in complex environments, ability to adapt quickly is a superpower. Dado, imagine you are driving. Traditional mindset. It's like following a predetermined route on a map. And if you encounter roadblock or traffic, it can be stressful. You might feel the need to stick strictly to the plan. But in Agile mindset, it's more like using a navigation app that provides real-time updates. You can choose the best route based on the current conditions, making the journey smoother and more efficient.
So it's about being flexible and adapting to change.
Absolutely. And this flexibility extends beyond just dealing with the changes in the project itself. It's about creating a culture where values individuals and interaction over process and tools, collaboration over negotiation, and customer satisfaction through early and continuous delivery of valuable work. Okay, now let's talk about how this mindset shift contributes to the business success. Rapidly changing business landscape, being adaptable and responsive is a game changer. Embracing Agile mindset means you are better equipped to navigate uncertainties, seize opportunities, and deliver value to your customer consistently. Dado, think about it this way. If your company can quickly adapt to customer feedback, market shifts, and emerging trends, gains a competitive edge. The ability to pivot and innovate becomes core strengths. And that's where the magic happens, in delivering products and services that truly meet the evolving needs of the market.
Yeah, it sounds like a game changer indeed.
Yeah,
I always hear cliches about the fast changing world these days, so the things you say are totally in line with that.
absolutely. And this mindset shift goes beyond the Scrum team. It extends throughout the entire organization, fostering a culture of continuous improvement and collaboration. So when everyone is on the same page with the Agile mindset, it creates a powerful synergy that propels the business forward. This is all on a business level. Okay. What about your personal level? Let's assume that the typical retirement age of 65. This is approximately 250,000 hours or 15 million minutes in this lifetime. Okay? Now, here's the scary part. Take any given days or week. You are, for example, 37 years old. You have an average 1,461 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. left. So would you watch it slip away, or would you watch to do whatever you could to increase it? Only way to increase time is to get more done in the time you have. Here is a simple example. If I get 15 phone calls done in 15 minutes, and you get 15 calls done in 1 hour, then I have essentially created 40 minutes for myself. Okay, so, but how to do this? Well, there are many strategies on how to do this. But for example, if I hire someone and pay that person $15 an hour to make 15 calls every 15 minutes, then I just duplicate my efforts and my time becomes money. In this way, Scrum makes it possible to multiple time. So to understand, manage, maximize, and squeeze every opportunity out of the time you have to fully understand and appreciate how much time you have available to you. And this is how powerful Scrum is even on a personal level. Now, since you're working with the civil service, so besides the example from a day one Sentinel project, I would like to share one more practical example of a public organization that has successfully transformed its mindset and operations with Scrum. Okay?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, now let me share how United States Digital Service, USDS, use Scrum to make government projects way better. Okay? Now let's break it down into 6-step process. Okay, so step 1 is a big challenge. Imagine the government trying to do digital stuff. Everything is kind of old-fashioned and not working smoothly. People were getting frustrated, projects were slow, and things needed a serious upgrade. Step number 2, Scrum steps in. Teamwork and planning. Now, here is the exciting part. USDS decides to use Scrum to fix everything.
Yeah. Okay, just 1 second. So, can you explain how they came to make such a decision? What triggered someone in that institution to say, "Hey guys, let's try something a bit different"?
Well, decision to implement Scrum by the United States Digital Service was likely influenced by a variety of factors. Now, while the exact decision-making process isn't publicly available, we can infer from the USD's mission and practices that the decision was based on the desire to improve government service for American people. They didn't just use it a little, they went it all. They brought different experts together in teams like designers, tech people, and project managers. They tried to establish such environment to bring best practices from the private sector into government.
Why?
Right? Why? Because they believe that when everyone works together, project becomes super awesome. Then they had these Scrum events where everyone planned what to do, talked about it every day, and showed off what they did. It was like planning a big party, but for any government project better. Okay. And then step number 3, which is making things better, bit by bit. Do you know how sometimes a big project takes forever?
Yeah, I've experienced it, definitely. I even got to the point that a project took so long that it was almost useless in the end.
Well, not in Scrum. The USDS decides to do things in small steps instead of big jumps. It's like building with Lego. Just do it piece by piece. This way, they could quickly change things if needed to make everyone happy, especially the users. Step number 4, people first, making users smile. Now picture this. The USDS made sure to always think about the people using the government stuff. They didn't just guess what the people needed, they asked them. They had regular checks with the users to find out what worked and what worked and what didn't. It's like making a game that players really, really, really love. Okay, now step number 5, the big wins. Now let's talk about the super cool results. One of their big wins was fixing the Veterans Affairs System, VA. They turned a slow, paper-based mess into a quick and digital system. Veterans got the help they needed, and everything becomes much faster. Step number 6 is the final step. Everybody's happy. Users, teams, and the government. So Scrum didn't just help with one thing, it made everything better. Projects were faster, people using the service were happier, and the government became like a superhero ready for anything. So you've learned how the USDS used Scrum to make the government awesome. It's not about complicated stuff. It's about working together, taking small steps, and always thinking about the people who use what you create. It could be anything from research documents, legislation, or all different types of products. Okay?
Yeah. I see. Just like in the FBI Sentinel project, right?
Yes. For those who couldn't join us on the day 1 of the workshop, we'll delve into compiling FBA Sentinel project case study that will demonstrate the Scrum in action with the realm of public service. So if you're interested, you can go back and watch the recording to catch up. Okay, God, I cannot believe the 3rd day challenge is almost up. I have so much more to share with you. Can you picture an iceberg? Okay.
Yeah.
You know, they say that everything is below the water. But what I share with you in this 3-day challenge is the tip of the iceberg. And I would love the opportunity to share the rest of the knowledge that I've learned through my 10 years of experience with Scrum, and I would love to share all of it. Okay? So I've just spent the last year, and I built a course to show you everything I've learned, and I cannot wait to share it with you. Because if you're going to go to use Scrum in your business, I'm betting you're going to need some help. I'm betting it will be really hard to figure out on your own. And you're going to need someone to guide you. And if you're going to need some guide you, I'd love to be me. I've spent 20 years in the tech industry and last 10 years in Scrum. I care, I know, love to do it. And I've already changed countless lives around the world. I love to lock arms with you and show you how to do it. That's why I'm so excited to share with you my course today. So here's what you get. 52 classes with the strategies to leverage innovation and craft personalized customer experience. 8 hours of intense video material. 20 downloadable content. 2 knowledge assessment. 2 amazing bonuses. The purpose is to master the Scrum fundamentals. Okay? So what we will cover in the Scrum mid-year course: understanding the principles of Agile project management, discover why Agile is better than traditional methods, master the Scrum framework and its components, events, roles, artifacts, see Agile in action through real-life and real-world examples, learn to write compiling user stories, prioritize and estimate the product backlog, experience how Scrum transforms businesses, achieve advanced Scrum Mastery for career growth, explore how to overcome common challenges with adopting Scrum, and more, much more. And all this with 20% promo code only for challenge participants. So the usual price is $197. Limited time offer during the challenge is $158. One license, lifetime access, and 30-day money-back guarantee. Please act fast. I hope to see you inside. Here is the link. Okay. As we wrap up day 3, I'm curious to know how you feel about cultivating an agile mindset in your professional endeavor. Any thoughts on how you could achieve that?
Yeah, well done. Throughout our workshop, I've realized that cultivating an agile mindset involves adopting a set of values and principles. It's not just about following a process, but it's a way of thinking and working that encourages collaboration, flexibility, and of course, continuous improvement. And I think one key aspect is embracing the Scrum roles and events we discussed here earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. Embracing those roles and events is a great start. It's about fostering collaboration within your team, adapting to change, and always seeking ways to improve. Agile mindset encourages individuals to value individuals and interactions over process and tools, working software over comprehensive documentation, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, and responding to change over forward. Okay?
Right. Yeah, yeah. So it's about being open to both change and feedback. It's about focusing on delivering value and
Exactly.
about building a culture of trust and transparency. And
Right.
also Scrum events like sprint planning, daily Scrum, sprint review, they provide a structured framework for both communication and adaptation. The way I see
Precisely.
it.
And
Yeah.
it's not just about applying these in your work, but embracing them as a part of your mindset. It's about fostering a culture where everyone is empowered, where collaboration and communication are valued, and where continuous improvement is shared goal. Okay? So
Okay.
as you move forward, think about how you can embody these principles and values in your daily work, no matter if
Ye-
you are going to use Scrum or not. Okay?
yeah. Yeah. I'll definitely keep these principles in mind and work on applying them in my role. You know.
And remember, it's a journey. And every step you take towards an agile mindset, it's a step towards a greater success in your professional endeavors. Okay. Now let's recap what we covered so far in day 3. Okay? We talked about Scrum events. Then we discussed the importance of having a mindset shift. And then I showed you examples of Scrum in public service. So we did a lot. And I want to congratulate you for being so persistent. Now we have one more important thing to discuss. The final thing we are going to discuss in this Scrum challenge is how to put Scrum in action in your organization. Okay?
Okay.
So putting Scrum in action in your organization is a crucial step. It involves aligning your team, process, and mindset with the principles of Scrum. One key aspect we touched upon is the importance of an agile mindset. As you've seen, it's about being adaptable, collaborative, and focused on continuous improvement. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. So the mindset shift is clear to me.
Mhm.
Now, how do we practically introduce Scrum into our organization? Do you have any tips for
Mhm.
beginners like me? You know.
Yes, yes. Okay. I really believe the first step to start with Scrum is to get the buy-in from the top management to go with Scrum because they have to trust the process without being in control at all. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, but how to get buy-in from top management? So I believe you're experienced in this. How did you achieve this?
Mhm. Well, I always start by offering a clear and concise presentation on what Scrum is, how it works, and the benefit it can bring to organization. Highlight success stories and case studies from similar industries. You can demonstrate how Scrum can lead to tangible improvement in the productivity, quality, and time to market. So use data and metrics to quantify the potential benefits. For example, show how other organizations experienced increased productivity, faster delivery, and higher customer satisfaction. One thing that I like about Scrum is risk mitigation. So emphasize how Scrum's iterative and incremental nature allows for early detection and correction of issues. This reduces the risk of delivering a product that does not meet the customer's expectations. Highlight the transparency that Scrum brings to the development process. This transparency provides a real-time visibility into project progress, allowing management to make informed decisions. Because teams are more engaged and motivated when they have control over their work and can contribute to the decision-making process. Provide a clear picture of the return of investment that can be experienced with the adoption of Scrum. And this includes improved time to market, reduced development costs, and so on and so forth. Now, once you get the buy-in, so this was the first step. Once you get the buy-in, so what the next logical step? What do you think is?
Yeah. So we have sold the top of the company. Now let's go down. So to say so. So I believe people. Am I right?
Of course. So let's assume that you already have people working with you. I always recommend educating your team first. So the course, like a mid-year Scrum course that I encourage you to take, is also a great fit for your team, that as a starting point. And once the team members get some knowledge about Scrum practices, you can proceed with the next step. Okay?
Yeah, and that is?
Well, start by identifying a pilot project within your organization. It's often a good idea to choose a project that has a clear scope and involves a cross-functional theme. This allows you to experiment with the Scrum in the controlled environment. It's like a testing ground for Scrum principles and practices before scaling up to a larger projects or teams.
Yeah, that makes sense a lot.
And once you identify the pilot, it's time to get buy-in from the team members to go with Scrum, which is crucial. So because without the support of team members, it's difficult to implement the framework in a fully collaborative fashion. To get the buy-in from team members, it's important to communicate the benefits of Scrum and how it can help them achieve their goals. So start by explaining how Scrum can help the team work more effectively, deliver high quality products, and improve communication and collaboration among team members. You can provide training to the team members to help them understand the Scrum framework and how it works. This will help them feel more comfortable with the process and be more likely to support it. Never ever save on the training. Okay? Then, if you involve the team members in the Scrum process, they will encourage to provide feedback. This will help them feel more invested in the process and be more likely to support it. And of course, lead by example and demonstrate your commitment to Scrum process. This will help the team members see the value of Scrum and be more likely to support it.
Yeah, I understand that.
After all, this facilitates the formation of cross-functional teams. Make sure each team includes all necessary skills to deliver a potentially releasable product increment. Encourage collaboration and emphasize the self-organizing nature of Scrum teams.
Yeah, okay? So it's about teams. And how do we start the first sprint?
Oh, yeah, that's where the sprint zero or initial planning phase comes into play. So during the sprint zero, the team focuses on the setting up their environment and sprint duration, defining initial user stories, and establishing a potentially shippable product increment. It's preparatory phase before the first official sprint begins. And I just want to be perfectly clear, the Scrum Guide is silent on the sprint zero, leaves it practitioners to decide what must be done. Zero is not genuine sprint. So for examination purposes, it should not be considered as a valid Scrum construct. Okay.
Yes, so generally we are gradually building up to full implementation, right?
Exactly. So the transition to Scrum is a journey, not overnight change. Use sprint reviews and retrospectives to reflect on the progress and make adjustments. And more importantly, be patient. Change takes time.
Yeah.
Okay?
Thank you, Dan, for giving such a clear roadmap for introducing Scrum in my organization.
You're welcome. Remember that every organization is unique, so be flexible and adapt the approach based on your specific context. If you encounter challenges or have questions along the way, don't hesitate to seek guidance. Now, as we conclude day three, any final thoughts or questions from your side?
Well, no specific questions for now, Dan. I'm excited to take this knowledge back and see how we can all benefit from Scrum, in my team.
That's the spirit. All right, as we wrap up day three, we have interactive exercise to further cultivate your agile mindset. Let's engage in a mindset reflection, and I will pose a set of thought-provoking questions and scenarios related to agile mindset. So take your time to reflect on each one and share your thoughts, okay? So what are your current beliefs about agile and Scrum? Consider your initial impression and whether they align with the principles we discussed.
Yeah, so I used to see Scrum as just another project management framework, but I've come to understand it's about embracing change and delivering real value. So my current belief is shifting towards viewing it as really as a holistic approach.
Mhm. Do you have any preconceptions or assumptions about implementing Scrum in your professional settings? Are there specific concerns or reservations?
Well, I had concerns that introducing Scrum might disrupt our established processes. However, I realized now that it could actually enhance both our efficiency and collaboration.
Can you please reflect on the potential challenges you foresee in adopting an agile mindset? Are there any aspects that seem particularly challenging or conflicting with existing practices?
Yes, so one challenge I foresee is getting the whole team on board, and overcoming
Yeah.
resistance to change, which is always a difficult thing to do. So it might take some time for everyone to adjust to the new way of working once applied.
Mhm, mhm. So, in which areas do you feel a mindset shift could be beneficial for yourself or your team? So, consider aspects like collaboration, adaptability, or embracing
Mhm.
change.
Well, I can see this mindset shift being beneficial in how we approach problems. Actually, instead of sticking to rigid plans, we
Mhm.
could be more adaptive and iterative in our work, allowing for continuous improvement, of course.
Um, can you think of any success stories related to Scrum implementation in your industry or similar context? How might those stories influence your perception of agile practices?
Without going into too much details, I've heard stories about success stories in other industries where Scrum brought about increased productivity and customer satisfaction, which is important for me. So it makes me optimistic about its potential in our context.
Mhm. Can you please identify where you can see learning opportunities for yourself and your team? What specific aspect of a Scrum or Agile practices would you like to explore further?
The way I see it now, after all this, is that there's much to learn about the specifics of Scrum roles and events. I see learning opportunities in understanding how each aspect contributes to the overall success of a project, So now having seen firsthand how you teach, I might even buy the course as soon as the challenge is over.
Excellent. And for those who are considering doing the same, let me tell you, if you enjoyed this challenge, which was just couple hours long, can you imagine what we can do in 8 intensive hours?
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, I appreciate your candid reflection on the agile mindset. You've undergone a significant shift in understanding Scrum as a more than just a project management framework. Embracing the idea of adaptability and value delivery is a crucial step. So your concern about potential disruption and resistance to change is valid, and it's great that you anticipated these challenges. The transition to Scrum indeed requires a collective effort, and addressing resistance is often a gradual process. Your openness to mindset shift towards adaptability and continuous improvement is commendable. It aligns perfectly with the essence of Scrum. It's about fostering a culture where learning from experience and iterating on the process become the norm. The optimism you express, inspired by success stories in other industries, is promising. Learning from such stories can provide valuable insights and inspiration for our own journey with Scrum. Now, here is a crucial strategy you can implement. I've emphasized before, securing support from top management is paramount. When leadership is aligned with the principles of Scrum and actively supports its implementation, it significantly reduces resistance. Additionally, gaining buy-in from the team members through open communication and involving them in the decision-making process can make the transition smoother. This collaborative approach ensures everyone feels heard and valued during the shift. And your acknowledgement of learning opportunities, particularly around the specifics of Scrum roles and events, shows readiness to delve deeper. And the Meteor Scrum course is precisely tailored to fill these knowledge gaps and guide you through the practical implementation. Now, considering your reflection and potential benefits, especially your commitment to gathering this far, I strongly recommend taking the next steps with Meteor Scrum course. It's designed to provide you with a comprehensive understanding of Scrum, addressing challenges and ensuring a smoother adoption process. This message is for our audience, not you, Dado. So the truth is, you might be hesitating to decide whether to enroll in Meteor Scrum course. How long will you wait? What's the difference right now compared to your business in the last 3 years? What will be different in 3 years from today if you don't make a decision today to go with Scrum, okay? Now think about Einstein's quote. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And you are waiting for a different result, but you are not getting new thinking. And your current thinking brought you here. It cannot take you to where you want to go. Your existing capabilities helped you move from where you are, but you need new capabilities to reach the promised land. So unless you click the link to get into this course, you won't get the fresh thinking and skills required for agile transformation. That's why I'm so excited to offer you this opportunity today. It comes with a 20% discount exclusively for our workshop participants and the 30-day money-back guarantee. So even though we are almost done with our challenge, I would still like to give you some homework to do. In my experience, only the persistent and dedicated will do it. And that's about 2% of all people. If you come this far and you want to get the most of this challenge, please do it, okay?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
And then please be brave enough to share it with our Facebook group so we can talk about it later. Now that we delve into Scrum events, explored Agile mindset, and discuss initiating Scrum in your organization, let's put your learnings into action. Now, let me pull this on the screen. Okay. So, homework assignment, Agile action plan. First, Scrum event reflection. To choose one Scrum event we discussed, could be sprint planning, daily Scrum sprint review, or sprint retrospective. Reflect on how this event could benefit your team or organization. Consider any challenges you anticipate and how you might address them. Number 2, Agile mindset inventory. Take a moment to ponder your current mindset about agility and Scrum. Identify one aspect of your mindset you would like to enhance or adjust. Consider how this mindset shift might positively impact your work. Number 3, organizational Scrum readiness. Evaluate your organizational readiness for Scrum adoption. Identify areas or strengths and potential challenges. Think about how you can contribute to building a more Scrum-ready environment. Number 4, personal action plan. Create a simple action plan outlining steps you can take to embrace Scrum principles in your daily work. Set achievable goals and milestones. Consider how this personal Agile journey aligns with your professional aspirations. And final step number 5, share your insights. It's optional step. So if you're comfortable, share your reflection or action plan in the comment section or in the Facebook group. Engage with others to exchange ideas and perspectives. And this homework is not only about learning, but also about applying Scrum concepts in your context. Fun, and I look forward to hear about your insights and plans. Okay, fantastic. We covered a lot in these 3 days, and I want to extend my heartfelt congratulations to all participants, with special kudos to Dado for your dedication and engagement. Now, encourage everyone, including Dado, to share your insights in the comments. Let me know what you like, what you didn't like, and any suggestions you might have about this challenge. Your feedback is invaluable, helps me improve for future challenges. Okay, now let's recap a 3-day Scrum workshop with a quick questionnaire. Okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, so over the last 3 days, have you recognized the challenges in your current project management practices?
Yes, definitely.
In adapting to Scrum mindset, do you see opportunities for more flexibility in handling changes?
Yes, again.
Throughout our challenge, have you considered the advantages of Agile methodologies for enhancing collaboration?
Yes.
Reflecting on our discussion, can you now visualize the benefits of a more iterative and incremental approach like Scrum for your projects?
Yes, definitely.
Envisioning the future, can you picture a work environment where team members are empowered to self-organize and collaborate more effectively?
Yes, I hope.
Considering the importance of continuous improvement, do you now view it as a cornerstone for a long-term success in the project management?
Yes and yes.
Reflecting on transparency and accountability, would you or your organization be interested in implementing Scrum for more accountable workflow?
Yeah, definitely.
Are you interested in a further exploration the innovative sides of Scrum, including fostering a culture of quick response to change?
Yeah.
Thinking about team dynamics, might embracing Scrum principles positively impact both the productivity and satisfaction of your team members?
Yeah, definitely, yes.
As we conclude our 3-day challenge, are you now eager to take the next steps and deepen your understanding through our Meteor Scrum course?
Yeah, of course, definitely.
Okay, so remember that for those who want to take the next steps in the Scrum journey, I've got a special offer just for you. Enroll in the Scrum Media Scrum course now and enjoy 20% discount exclusively to challenge participants. It's a limited time offer, so seize the opportunity for in-depth learning. Remember, continuous learning is a key. Take principles and practices we explored and apply them in your work. Whether you are new to Scrum or enhancing your skills, the journey does not end here. Embrace the Agile mindset and let's keep making a positive impact in our professional endeavors. Thank you all for being a part of this challenge. Thank you, Dado, for your active participation.
Thank you for having me here.
Until next time, goodbye, stay curious and stay agile. Bye.
Bye. Bye.